How do you combat burnout in Splatoon 3? Hey, it's Pokaie. In today's video, I want to go ahead and talk about something that I've been personally struggling with for a while now when it comes to Splatoon 3, and that's burnout. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people have been experiencing lately. And to be honest, it sucks. Experiencing burnout in any game that you're passionate about, it truly sucks. Because for me, I occasionally experience burnout in Splatoon 3, and it gets me to the point where I don't even feel like playing the game anymore. Like, I don't even feel like recording videos for it anymore, just at least for a little while, because I just don't want to do anything in the game. But there are ways to, go around burnout and, get yourself out of that. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to go ahead and talk about a few things that I have done to get myself out of this kind of burnout situation, and some things that you could do as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and list off number one, which is to try out different weapons. Now, of course, I feel like that's like a no-brainer. If you're having burnout with like a specific weapon, because, if let's say you one-trick something like, let's say Luna Blaster, maybe you should try playing something else, such as like custom dually squelchers or like dapple dualies. Play some other weapon that has a different play style. Honestly, I've done that in the past. As I was trying to 4-star S-Blast, I noticed I started to feel burnt out from the weapon, just the game in general. So what I had done to kind of combat that was to play a completely different weapon. I started to play Octobrush, because I was like, okay, I've kind of played a lot of weapons in every other class. Brushes are the ones that I've kind of touched the least. Let's go ahead and play the Octobrush for a bit, see if I feel any different. And to be honest, it helped a lot. It really helped a lot. He's got me into playing Octobrush for a little bit before returning to S-Blast and finally 4-starring it. It genuinely helped me out, to be honest. So I feel like switching weapons, pretty good way to combat burnout. But of course, if that doesn't work, something you could also do is play Salmon Run, for example. Now, of course, Salmon Run, that's like a 24-hour mode, and you can always play, the limited time event modes when they happen, like Extra Work or Big Run, whatever. Those modes are much more refreshing than typical Salmon Run, which should help against burnout too. But let's say, you've been playing a lot of ranks, X rank, private battles, whatever. You're kind of burnt out from just the general, shooter experience. You want to do some PvE stuff. Go ahead. Salmon Run is there 24/7. It's a 24-hour mode now. And to be honest, I've used Salmon Run as like a crutch for burnout, because the mode is honestly very refreshing. Let's say I've been grinding out ranked for like 3 hours, and while I do want to keep playing the game, I don't want to keep playing ranked or turf war, or just like anything that has to do with like fighting other people. Then Salmon Run is a perfectly viable option for that, to be honest. It's always there, like I said, and you can always group up with friends too, which is also a bonus. But of course, if Salmon Run doesn't work and you want to do some solo stuff, well, Alterna is always there too. And of course, Alterna doesn't always have to be your go-to option, since if you have Splatoon 2 or even Splatoon 1, you can always return to those games. You can always return to those two games and, play Octo Expansion or play Splatoon 2 story mode, on 100% it, or hell, even Splatoon 1 story mode if you want to. If you still have your Wii U, of course. It's like, let's say, you just don't want to play the game, fine, okay. Go do some solo stuff. But honestly, that's what I do occasionally. I'll occasionally go and like after Alterna, replay that a little bit, see if I can get like a better time in terms of like beating it. I always get 15 minutes because I suck. But I mean, there's always like the Zipcaster levels, which are always very fun to use and play around on. But I mean, of course though, if those three options do not work out for you, then maybe the visual challenges could work. Now, of course, challenges happen like what, every week or every other week at this point. They're very inconsistent with the scheduling. Splatoon 3's like official challenges happen every so often. I feel like, if you're up for it, then you should definitely use that to help yourself out of burnout. To be honest, lately I feel like I've been feeling burnout a little bit just from creating content from Splatoon 3. And while I do want to try and do something else, I also want to keep going with Splatoon 3 because, well, I love the game, to be honest. And to be honest, challenges are like a perfect way to get yourself through burnout. Challenges offer a refreshing little thing. Of course, they can't be said about all the challenges, because the monthly challenge and the beginning of the season challenge are literally just competitive turf war and ranked. So not all challenges are created equally, to be honest, but fair few of them, such as like Zipcaster only, which we're going to be getting pretty soon, Extreme Jump Battle, which I think should be live in a few days when uploading this video. All these different modes bring a refreshing take on the game, and honestly have helped me through burnout sometimes when it comes to Splatoon 3. But of course, I mean, if you don't enjoy Splatoon 3's official challenges, then you can always create your own. That is always an option. There are websites out there such as the Wheel of Names, where you can randomly assign a weapon to the wheel and randomly pull for weapons. You could do that, or create your own challenges where it's like, oh, okay, you can only walk. You can't go to squid form during a ranked match or whatever. Create some challenges for yourself to make the game refreshing for you. But of course, I mean, if those do not work, or the challenges aren't suiting you, playing with friends. Playing with friends is always a great way to keep the game refreshing, just have a good time. Because, if you have a good time playing Splatoon 3 with friends, then honestly, you can have a great time getting through Burnout with them. You know, like, sure, you may not have the greatest time at the start, but I feel like over time, once you just kind of learn to let go of the stress, and then you can kind of have a good time, you know, get through Burnout a little bit better. But of course, I mean, if you've tried all of those and nothing has worked, then of course my final option to you is to take a break. You know, take a break from the game. It's not going anywhere. Sure, challenges use the fear of missing out to its advantage to kind of entice you to play and force you to play a little bit, but in the end, those challenges are going to repeat next season. And if you miss a Splatfest, well, there's going to be a next one probably in a month or a few weeks. So don't worry about missing out. Just simply take a break, go play some Animal Crossing or Apex Legends or Overwatch if you want to suffer some more. Play different games to get yourself through Burnout, and then return to Splatoon 3 when you can. You know, like I said, the game's not going anywhere. Your scores aren't going anywhere until next season. Take as much time as you need away from the game, so when you return, you feel refreshed, you feel energized, and you're ready to get back into the fun. But those were just a few ways, you know, that I combat Burnout with Splatoon 3. A lot of the time I end up using that last option because I just don't want to play the game anymore sometimes. But, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether or not these have helped you in some way, or whether or not you guys do any of these to help combat Burnout for you. But for now, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do all the generic YouTuber stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!